Hi guys, welcome Friday night. Right, I'm not going to mess about. I'm just going to crack on. I'm going to do a quick disclaimer and then we're going to get started. So my name's Dawn. Everything you hear in this video is from my own research. It's my opinion and it's for entertainment purposes only. That out of the way, let's crack on. Right, I've got a new mic. I'm just hoping everything works with it. I'm not even bothered at this stage what it sounds like because I've had that many people go on about get yourself another mic. I've got 3 microphones. I can't keep buying them. Anyway, so whatever happens, just put it in the comments. This is okay, but it's got too much reverb on. It's too loud. It's too quiet. Whatever, because I'm just chancing it tonight because I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I'm 5 hours ahead of you and I've got to go to bed soon for work in the morning. I know, it's boring, isn't it? Anyway, right, let's crack on. I've made a few notes. Right, so, obviously, I'm going to let me move that cup of tea. Don't know if any of you ever saw it. I bumped my head on that once, you know, like talking and my head wobbling. And I smacked my head off that. So, it's okay doing it, but I don't want to do it with a cup of tea on it. Right. Just going to talk briefly about Donna's final hearing yesterday. Right, let's just get the bitchy witchy things out the way first. So, Rashbourne's beard, I think he made the right decision growing his beard again. Do you? I'm not saying nothing. I just think, he's made a lot of wrong decisions recently, hasn't he? And some of them to do with his beard. So, yeah, I don't know if he's been listening to everybody on YouTube. I never said anything rasher. But, yeah, definitely he's done the right thing. Right. Right, I'm just going to stick with Rashbourne a minute. He's out of his depth. He's seriously. I mean, I know we've all said, he's not a match for Georgia Cappleman. And when I very first saw him, I say it every time. The very first time, when I knew Rashbourne was doing this case for Charlie, I went hunting and I came back and I said, oh, he's not a match for Georgia. He's a charmer. And I'm glad I got him right. But I'll tell you, I am. I know he's not a match for Georgia or Sarah, but I'm a little bit shocked at him yesterday at how unprepared he was for the case. He's just totally out of his depth. I mean, some of the things I'm going to try and, if I get a chance, I'll just throw in the middle. Just a couple of examples. He seems to be using that Alex a lot. But I just feel that some things are that important. They should be there or highlighted in front of him. And he seems to or just a minute, Your Honour, and then he's going over to Alex Morris. And then, just a minute, Your Honour. Just some things, I just think that he should be ready with them. And he knows that these things are going to come up. Otherwise, what's he there for? So he knows that they're going to come up. So I don't understand why he's not kind of premeditated what he thinks they're going to say or ask about it, and even discuss with Alex, well, what if they say this, what if they say that, and just have something. I'm not picking out the fact that is sort of going over to Alex Morris, but he seems to be going over to him all the time. He doesn't seem to be prepared at all. The other thing that struck me with this, I know that we've had our jokes, haven't we? Because we're all a family here. But we've had our jokes about how he's getting a new swimming pool next, and he's going to update his car, and he's going to get a bigger house. He's going to build an extension on it. Big conservatory, orangey, and all this lot. We've had all these jokes off the back of the Adelsons, what he's earning and everything. But, you know, I'm starting to think that even though I keep saying we, it's me. I've been saying it. I'll take the blame. Even though I've been saying it, a bit of it has been tongue-in-cheek. But a bit of it has been, yeah, you know, he's definitely like dragging this out and, you know, he's getting the wads. But now, I think I don't think he's good in court at all. But not only that, I think he's getting a little bit, what we'd say in the UK, I don't know if you say it in the States or anywhere else, Australia, Canada. I think in Australia they would. But in the States, I think he's getting a little bit hard-faced with it all. I don't think he's not on his toes in court. He comes across as being a little bit unprofessional. Like if you remember, oh God, it's got to be going on a year and a half, 2 years ago, when I pointed out about how I remember watching Da Coast and he was like all over the place with everything, and Sarah Dugan was just like constantly bum 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 bum. She's so focused, and so is Georgia Kappelman. I've got this thing for Sarah Dugan. Not a thing, but I really admire her work ethics. Anyway, and Sarah Dugan's like that, and nothing gets in at all. She just stays focused, whereas like Rashborn is just like he's just all over, and I just don't think he's acting very professional, and I think he's acting a little bit hard-faced. I don't think he realises that he's supposed to be, he's getting paid for this job, and he's not only is he not doing a good job, it's not even as though he's sat with his team and saying, what could when we bring this up, what do you think Judge Everett could say? What do you think he could throw in the mix? What do you think Georgia Kappelman, Sarah Dugan will say about this? And so he's got his answers ready. It's like he goes in there, he has what he wants to say in his head, and he spits it out. And when they throw something back at him, he's like, just 1 minute, Your Honour. And then he's like that, well, I'm not really sure about that. And then he's over to Alex. He's out of his depth. And again, I'll say it again, I am still surprised that Donna has kept him, because she's smart. That woman is smart, and for some reason he's convinced her that he's the man for the job. Well, she had that woman, didn't she? She got rid of her and Rashborn, even though she's seen the mess that he made of Charlie's. Anyway, I've been down that lane. So they were my bitchy witchy thoughts, to be fair. That beard. Yeah. It's not happening, Rashi. It's not happening.
As to his knowledge of this program, its use, and the fact that he is qualified to use this program?
Yes, sir, and I can ask him those questions today if you'd like me to, but he regularly uses this program and has knowledge of it, is qualified to talk about it, and has had personal knowledge of testing its accuracy before.
All right. On this issue, Mr. Rauschbaum, you're essentially objecting that either the sergeant does not have an accurate calculation or in some way misuses the program. What exactly are you getting at?
May I have 1 moment, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Judge, the objection isn't as to his knowledge, and you know what, we'll withdraw the objection.
Very well.
Rather
Let's
cross
move
on it. Judge, the next one, and let me just confer with my co-counsel for 1 second.
Go ahead.
Judge, the next one is page 318. some messages between Charlie Adelson and Donna Adelson. Charlie Adelson's messages are hearsay, and they're not in furtherance of a conspiracy.
Response, Stu?
Yes, sir.
If I could just give you the date of the messages too.
Go ahead.
The date is August 2nd, 2016, which is after the arrests of Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera.
Stugan?
In the motion, defense also objected to this on the basis of joint defense privilege. Is that no longer being argued?
It's not that. The document we objected to on behalf of joint defense privilege is a, hold on, let me just double check. Is a different one, and we're going to withdraw that objection given the court's ruling earlier today.
Right, let's get on to Donna. First of all, how do you think she looked? Tell me what you think. Because, do you know what I was thinking today? I know I'm just going off track a minute, and I will come back on track. Right. I was thinking today, you know, somebody said something about me mentioning people who comment, and it's true. Apart from the fact it helps my channel and the algorithm, of course it does. Let me just say something on that note. Us that cover these trials, it's this niche doesn't earn us money. Let me tell you, we spend more on equipment and subscriptions and all the rest of it. So when we say like comment, obviously it helps the algorithm, but you know, like what's really more important for your comments is the fact that your comments have kept this alive. Like I said last time, if nobody commented and we were just on here talking about it, and nobody picked it up and, you know, had any interest or cared, it wouldn't go anywhere. So you are more important than us, really, because we could just be talking to that wall without you. So, but anyway, how do you feel she looked, Donna? Now listen, she was shackled, wasn't she? Now, I can't remember. Well, it's not that I can't remember. I don't know if she was shackled in her other hearings. I didn't think she was. Maybe you can tell me about that. Have I missed that? You see, because what's not making sense to me, I'm thinking to myself, but Donna, she was shackled. What's the difference if she was shackled today? Why would she not have been shackled like last week? I don't really know why. In all honesty, listen, you know, I've got no time for any of the Adelsons whatsoever. But really, I don't think they need to shackle her. Because she actually had trouble getting up, didn't she, standing up? And she's in her 70s. So what? Anyway, yeah, shackle her. I'm trying to be a decent person, but I just can't around them. Anyway, how do you think she looked? She looks to me like she's going downhill a bit. Now, some people think that that's on purpose, and it possibly is. I don't know. But I'm thinking, my thoughts are that it's not on purpose. My thoughts is that obviously she knows what's going to happen next week, and she's not sleeping, and she's probably not eating, and the food that they give you in there anyway, I should imagine. I don't know what it is, but it's not lobsters, is it? So, yeah, she doesn't look good at all. Nobody managed to get a hair box dye in for her. I did say I was being bitchy witchy. I know that's not necessary, Dawn. But honestly, I bet she's fuming about it. I'd be looking at all sorts of things, how I could colour my hair. Anyway, off that note, deal or no deal. She's not getting a deal. And you know what my thought was on that as well? Right, because they asked her, didn't they, if she wanted to do a deal. Don't forget, last week as well, he put it to her, didn't he? Don't wait till the trial starts. If you want a deal, sorry, I need a drink. Sorry. If you need a deal, get it done. And I think, no, I don't know, just my observations, my thoughts, my thinking. This is what I think. I think that Rashi or Alex did a bit of like musing about, a bit of, trying to find out if the prosecution was going to offer her a deal, and kind of found out that no, they weren't. Why would they? They don't need one. And then in order to continue with what she's going to play and her case, she stood there, and he's saying no, she doesn't want a deal, because they know that actually what do they do? Ask for a deal, and then Georgia Kappelman, it's not accepted, or it's not taken in, and then they go, oh well, we'll go in back to this story then. So I think Rashi did a bit of a bit of investigating there, just to find out if there was anything on the table for her. To be fair, if he didn't, he should have done, because that's his job to do that. So he's giving her every option that he can find available. So if he didn't, he's wrong. I don't care that he's wrong or that he didn't, but I'm just saying that, as I said before, he just doesn't seem to be. He doesn't seem to be taking everything in with this case at all. It doesn't seem to be on the case. The other thing that I wanted to point out is there was a lot of talk about Wendi, wasn't there, yesterday? A lot of talk about Wendi, especially like with Corbett as well. Get to Corbett in a minute, but with information that he had, evidence that he wanted to he's bringing to the table. Well, that's already been brought anyway, but there was a lot of Wendi, and Georgia Kappelman seemed insistent, and Sarah Duggan insistent that these bits of information must, they have to get through. So because there was quite a few things, if you remember, that they've kind of agreed to disagree, that they'll let that go. There are some things that they have let go, but there were some things that they were holding on to, and Wendi going to the crime scene, the phone calls during that time, the receipt, so that evidence that Corbett's bringing, they wasn't letting that go. So now I'm not sure, because as I keep saying, I know you find it hard to believe, but I'm not a lawyer. I'm trying to be good tonight, because I've noticed that I've been a bit mischievous in a few videos, so I'm trying to be like sensible. But I don't know if they let this, if there's certain things that they let go in Donna's hearing that they've agreed to let go. When it comes to Wendi, I'm not sure whether they can pull it back out of the bag or not. So I don't know why that's the reason why they've got to hang on to it, because once it's gone, puff, gone. I don't know about that. So maybe somebody can tell me about that. Anybody who's a lawyer, or who knows a lawyer, or knows a little bit more than me. Yeah, but I just thought that we heard Wendi come up quite a bit, and it was especially on the morning of the murder, so that was good. Right, I'm sure that you all understand, but there might just be a few people that don't understand about this theory with regards this message that he sent to his mother, Donna. If you could just I'm just interrupting myself here. If you could just hit the like button, the tidgy little like button, and that tidgy little subscribe button. Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything to support me. After Rivera and Garcia were arrested, Charlie sent a message to his mother saying, I'm just paraphrasing here now. Those two guys, like maybe Dan was in the wrong place, sort of thing, or maybe Dan Markel we're talking about stiffed him over. God, watch what I'm saying on it. What? So he was like leading Donna into saying like, or getting excited about, oh right, yeah, that can be the reason that they've got arrested, because that's what Dan did, because he did things like that with people. But don't forget, since then, in the last 12 months, we've already heard that he was being extorted for years. So which one is it? It can't be both. It's got to be one or the other. Now, Rashborn didn't want that in. I think it's going in. I can't see it not going in. I think Sarah dug her heels in with that one. I mean, is there no respect at all? Bearing in mind that this hasn't only just come up. This message was in 2016, so it's years ago. So the extortion story has only come up recently. So to me, that's just gonna put the hammer down. It's like, how do you get past that one? Why are you talking like that? You was being extorted. You knew what happened. You was being extorted. So why are you saying that? But I don't know if Rashborn's going to go with the fact that, yeah, but Donna didn't know at that time. I don't know. We're going to have to see. Honest to God, you've got the extortion, a few months back, and now this. Like I said, this hasn't only just come out. So obviously somebody in the prosecution team have found this, or Sarah, or Georgia has. I don't know. I mean, they might have found it quite a bit ago and decided to golden nugget it, keep hold of it. I don't know. Anyway, but you can't. There's no way you're going to get past that. I mean, Donna's going down anyway. They're not going to explain that one away. Absolutely not. So I did say, because I mentioned Chris Corbett, didn't I? I think it was last week, and I was talking about how he was. I think he's just all the prosecution are, but he's not part of the prosecution. I know that, but I just think he's articulate. He's precise. I mean, that's a hard job that he's had to do, putting all that together, like mapping. It's like mapping the evidence, isn't it? I think they call it. But he's done all that and he's good. Anyway, they was trying to throw a lot of his, as I mentioned, the information with regards to Wendi on the morning of the murder. There was loads that they was trying to keep out, and I'm not even sure at one stage where they wanted it all to be thrown in and for the jurors to find rather than be directed. They're saying, no, just throw it all in, and which you can't. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of messages, emails, mapping, masked calls that mean nothing as well. So I'm not sure if they was trying to do that, which, baffle him. Baffle him with too much information. I think he was trying that one. Anyway, Corbett is going to give evidence, and he's going to give that evidence as well, give that information Don't know if they're going to call it information. They're not going to call it evidence. They're going to call it something else. And I can't remember. I'm sorry what they're going to call it. I think they're going to call it something else anyway. But he is going to be described, I believe, as an expert. So that's good. I'm pleased about that. And Magbanua and Rivera, they've been transferred to Tallahassee because they're cooperating witnesses. So they've been transferred. So Magbanua, she literally does my head in. I'm hoping now that Charlie's called her, an extortionist. Is that right? Extorted him. That she thinks, right, I'm spilling the lot. She's just holding back so much, and I don't know why. And of course, it's going to come up as well about her fees. Her attorney fees with that Marcus, who was Charlie Adelson's first lawyer, if you remember. So that's going to come up. And I know that this Marcus, now I've not delved into that too much. Like I said, I was at work yesterday. I was been at work all day today, so I'm just trying to grab what I can. I need to look further into all that with that Marcus, because there's a few different things there, and I don't feel like I know enough about that to put it out there. So I might come back to that, but I might not, because things are going to start moving. It's just to do with something about, I believe that he rang Detective Isom, to ask if Charlie was going to be arrested after the other two was arrested. Which people are thinking, well, that's odd, because Charlie's, there was no, at that stage there wasn't supposed to be any connection, so between them and Charlie. So obviously he's going to have to explain that away. I've done my best with that in the short time. I briefly think that's the gist of that. Right. Just going back to that Chris Corbett, apparently it's going to be, what he brings in is going to be classed as demonstrative aids, not evidence. So, does it really make any difference? I mean, are the jurors literally going to sit there and say, yeah, don't take that too serious though, because it's just a demonstrative aid, it's not evidence? Rashborn, I think you've got bigger fish to fry than worry about things like that, seriously. But anyway, right. So this Alex Morris, he's going to be picking the jury, I believe, but possibly because he's from Tallahassee and he might be more personable. So they believe it's going to take about 2 to 3 days to pick the jury, and Georgia Kappelman believes it's going to take the state approximately 6 to 7 days to present their case. Yeah, so I mean that's going to take it into a couple of weeks, and then we've got obviously the defence, which is going to take all of about 5 minutes with a bit of luck, that we're not going to be put through all this BS. I can't imagine, if something ridiculous is going to come up. We'll just have to wait and see on that. I do think, though, this is what I think. I don't know if I think it or I'm hoping it, but I just hope that just something comes out the bag, something that we don't know about, and that's what I'm hoping. That Georgia Kappelman or Sarah Dugan just, pull something out the hat, and we're all like shocked. To be fair, just with that message alone from Charlie to Donna, that's another nail in the coffin, isn't it? Anyway, so I'm off next week, but not the following week. I booked it the wrong way, forgetting jury selection is the first few days of every case. here's me going on about Rushbourne, and honestly, I'll have to just try and work around it. I've got a couple of days off, so I'll work around it, don't worry. So that's it, guys. I don't think I've got anything else to give you. No, I haven't. That's it. I will try and get on again over the weekend. Maybe try and do something else, because there is something else I want to do. So, yeah, see if I can do something else. So, not far off now. We're nearly there. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. I always do this at the end, don't I? Ping! Where's Wendi? We should put that. I should put that up on as a thumbnail. Where's Wendi? Where is she? Is she in Texas? Is she with that cousin, or I believe she's got a boyfriend, hasn't she? And I mean, have I got to come over there and find her myself? Where is she? Let me know. Let me know again in the comments. Because I mean, she's changed the kids' school and all this. So, yeah. And is Harvey with her? I don't know. I don't know this information. So if anybody can give me that information, if they've seen it with any other YouTubers. I'm not getting much chance to watch anybody else. I'm just doing my thing because of work. I know it's boring because of work. But so I'm just doing my thing and giving you what I think, and I suppose it's better in a way, because like I'm not, like I say, nobody can taint our think about anything then. And not only that, I mean, because I'm not a lawyer, you're just getting sort of like my layman's observations of how I see what's going on. So, but like I said, I don't know. I was like this a couple of months ago when I thought she'd gone to Texas, and then everybody said no, she didn't go, and then somebody said yeah, she did go, she's got a dad with her, and then somebody said she hasn't got a dad with her. So I'm none the wiser. I mean, I know a few people are saying, you know, where is she? She's not been seen, and some people are wondering whether she's gone over the border. You know what? I'm sure there's ways of bringing her back, particularly for something like this. And in some, if they could do that, then in a way, I hope she has gone over the border, because that's throwing her hands in the air and saying she's guilty. And so, anyway, I don't know what's gone on. So let me know. Right. I'm going to go Bobo's now. So I'm going to say good night, take care, stay safe, and come back. Bye.